It's Power 106, LA's number one for hip hop. We're Brown Bag Letty.
I'm Vic.
And we have the homegirl Tiffany Haddish. It's cool to have you on for any reason, whether it be movie, stand-up, but it's dope that we have a song to play.
Right.
Yes.
Tiffany and Lil Jon. That just doesn't happen every other day. Tell me how that came together.
So I teamed up with this guy, Bagats. He's a writer and a dope-ass producer and someone I love to work with. And we've been making songs for years that I put in my movies, my TV shows, and like anything that I'm producing. If you don't see me in it, if I'm producing on it, my stamp is in there, my music's in there. Like all my specials, like the one I got the Grammy for, like I did the music for that, like, and I did that with Just Blaze. Like I love music, and most comedians, we love music.
Yes.
Everybody's not capable though, but it's all in the timing. It's all in like putting the right people around you and creating something awesome. And like the strike happened, and I had all this music that I wanted to put in all these things, and I'm like, well, is this ever going to happen? Well, you know what? I'm just gonna drop it. I'll shoot little music videos, make my own little short films. How about that?
Good time to pivot. Like, all right, we're doing that.
I'm all about the pivot.
Boom,
I'm all about the pivot, honey.
I love
and when
that,
I'm
Tim.
pivoting, best believe I'm pivoting in multiple directions. I could have been a football player. I juked the hell out this business. Juke.
You were talking about partying till the sunrise. Do you
No,
hate
to the club close.
till the club closed, but then it's something like stepping out on sunset and the sun's rising.
Oh no, what else? Dang, I'm thinking of 5 songs right now. You let the sun, let the top down on sunset till it's sunny.
Boom. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I was like, damn,
Till
I don't
it's
know that
sunny,
I ever partied in LA and the sun is up. That feels like some Miami shit. Like you're like, you know,
It's some
like
Atlanta
New York.
shit,
Yeah.
but it is some LA shit too. You
Sometimes.
just hanging
You just
around
know
the
the
wrong people.
Damn.
You hanging around the wrong people. Look, I've been partying till the sun. I mean, the house parties.
Yeah.
Man, I used to love it back in the day of the 1900's. We had a house party. Like,
The 1900s.
I remember my homegirl, we used to call her Chocolate, and she would throw these little house parties or whatever. And she had got a boyfriend who like had a whole bunch of dudes that was his homies, and they came. And it was her birthday. And he was like, I want to strip for my girl. We was like, what, you gonna strip?
What?
And we was like 17, 16 years old. And him and his homeboys was like in her mama room getting ready, oiling themselves up and stuff. And I was taking pictures with the little click, 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 the old Kodak, the crank 'em up Kodak, right? And they was playing instrumentals, and I was like trying to rap over the instrumentals, like, there he is from get it, baby, you working, he ready, pop that thing. Like making up all kind of songs and stuff.
And I bet you he was popping it
He was popping it, and it was so funny because you know, like, they're not popping.
You're giving the stats and the neighborhood, like,
That is
in
insane.
this corner.
Yeah, he just got out of YA,
Damn.
That's awesome.
He's here to celebrate with us. You know, oh man, they be coming out. It was so funny. They didn't have like, dancers. They be having like the sexy draws and stuff. They didn't have that. They
None
was
of that. They
like
had those
them big ass boxers.
From the swap
It
meet.
was hilarious. They had to like come out in their shorts, the shorts that go to your ankles that might as well be pants, but they call them shorts. Sagging with they boxers. And we be like, and we all got our thongs hanging out the back. You know, there was back in the day when girls
Amazing
used to
times.
say.
I fucking bet.
Oh, it was off the chain. Oh, you not from the 1900s?
Not from the 1900s. I wish. I remember
dang.
growing up and even listening to the radio, they used to go to Rosarito a lot. And I was like, dude, I can't wait till I'm grown enough to go to Rosarito. But then all the cartel stuff happened. I'm like, no, we can't go out there. But you guys are the ones that were like, I can't wait to party like them. Like all the movies set it up right. Everything about the LA party scene, I don't think people understand.
In the underground scene, like it did, like, man, we would go to like a club in Hollywood, then we hit a spot like in like mid city. There's like actually a flower shop, but upstairs is a nightclub. Then we leave from there and go to downtown LA, and it looked like a warehouse, and like they, like off of Alameda, like where they be fixing the cars and stuff. You're like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be over here. Then you go up these stairs, and you go and you're like, oh shit. And then next thing you know, it's 7 a.m. and you're late for work.
Dang, Tim. And I bet like in retrospect, it's like, damn, that was not safe. But I still did that.
No, I was safe. I was affiliated. I was safe. I always had. There's always a goon around. And you might not see him in the car with me, but they close.
You know what I love that you do, and that makes me like. I was watching you garden.
Oh, I love gardening.
And I feel like that each of us has to have our own form of therapy, and just the care that it takes to be to garden, right? We're Latino, we know a lot of gardeners. Shout out to Tios. But my dad, he can like tell what fruit is growing based on how a leaf smells.
Yeah,
or
I
whatever.
can too.
That's so dope to me. Tell me about you just in getting into that.
Well, so back to the 1900s.
Yeah.
So my grandma used to like grow all these different fruit trees and different like tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, all this stuff. And my mom used to grow a lot of stuff. She used to grow like marigolds and pretty roses and grow like those little berries. What's some berries things called? With they're not berries. Kumquats.
Kumquat, that's crazy.
Yeah, we love the kumquat trees, man. Where are all the kumquat trees? I was just walking through the hood the other day, like, dang, where is my food supply at? Like, because we would be in people's yards eating their kumquats, they oranges, lemons. Like, there's always food in the hood. You just got to know who got the fruit.
Whose yard?
Who got it? Who got the pomegranates? Who got the and we used to swap food all the time. And I thought it was so cool that like my mom, my grandma knew like everybody in the neighborhood, and they would like share food and
Real
stuff.
Community.
Yeah, and it just felt like magic to me, like seeing this little bitty seed, little black seed, little white seed, little brown seed, and you drop it in the dirt, put a little dirt on top of it, water it, and then it's like, bam, you got food in 3 to 4 months.
That part.
Like, and I just thought that was magic. And so when I got into junior high school, I'd start taking horticulture, so I know how to like do a sprinkler system. I know how to like till.
Damn,
I know how
like
to do a lot of
irrigation, all of that.
I did my own irrigation on half of my thing. Like my guy, Jorge. My guy, you take care of all my properties, and I love you for that. You always show up. I love you for that, man. Yeah. But like he laid down the big stuff, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna put this here. So I do
so you guys
all
like
the other
together.
stuff.
Yeah,
we work very well together.
That's so dope. Because I know you're like, hold on, I got this too. Like I know how to do this.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's so funny. Like he'd be like, oh, you did this. You did all this. You cut this tree. You cut that. I'm like, yeah, but you gotta get rid of this shit. Like, like, and then he's like, you should get a composter. So I got the composter. Well, he didn't say like you should get a composter. He said it in Spanish, and I was like, you right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he always talk to me in Spanish. I'm like, you could talk to me in English, right? He's like, no.
You understand it. We talk plant.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's like,
I love how you just embody Los Angeles so much. Like you moved around a lot, so you know every single part.
Like you were saying,
like the Pomona, Colton, like Palmdale, Lancaster.
I know there's no like parking in Hawthorne. Like I know all the parts of, you know what I'm saying? Like
what's up with that? It used to be parking in the 1900s. Now everybody want permits. They trying to track us, man.
Tell me about how much like LA has changed, like over, especially like in particular the Crenshaw area. Like it's starting to change so much.
Crenshaw has changed tremendously. First of all, you used to park on Crenshaw. You can't do that no more.
Yeah.
And like oh man, and the murals. It's not as much graffiti.
Yeah.
There's so much construction happening on Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Hey, the bus though is still crazy. I'm surprised there's not pictures of that.
You still get on the bus?
You get on the bus?
So I be getting on the bus. So sometimes, like I stay right off of Crenshaw, right? And sometimes I get like bored, and I'll be like, I could go to this celebrity's house. I could go over here. Like I could call some people and hang out, or I could just have an adventure.
Yeah.
And I will walk down to the bus stop, get on the bus, sit at the back of the bus just like I did when I was in high school, and ride Crenshaw all the way to the beach, because it goes all the way to the beach. I love taking that ride and just seeing how everything changed. And it was funny, I got on the bus the other day, and I probably shouldn't have been on the bus, and I probably should have had security with me, but I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just see what happens. If something crazy happens, it'll go viral. It'll be great. It's a story to tell. And nothing really crazy happened. And I just watched these kids though come out of school, and I'm like, these kids are they're more mature than we were. And I think because they have more access to more information, like y'all can get porn like immediately. Like we had to watch it on a fuzzy screen, like trying to figure out is that a booty? Is that what is that?
Still my dad's magazines.
Yeah. Like magazines, do that even exist anymore? I don't know. No, they do. But
I'm on them. She's on them.
They do. But just riding through there and just seeing how like the kids even communicated with each other, how they were talking to each other, and I'm like, are you guys in high school and y'all being PC?
Yeah.
Where they do that at? What are they putting in these kids' food? And then I watched they clone Tyrone, and I was like, well.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's where it is.
and they always eating hot Cheetos.
Yeah. Hot Cheetos is almost...
And then I watched that movie. I was like, that shit was good.
The Hot Cheetos movie.
Did these kids have an Edgar cut? You know what Edgar cut is?
Edgar cut?
Yeah, it's like a cut that has like, it's like a lineup, but it's like bangs.
It's ravaging through
those was on, those was on the bus. Yeah, those was on the bus.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, somebody.
So we call them all Edgars.
That's an Edgar. That's
an
some bowl
Edgar.
cuts.
Yeah.
That's when your mama put the bowl on your head and just cut all the way around, and then the dude try to put some mousse and try to make it look like something.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what
they're
all the
taking
kids,
over.
they love that.
They wear
That's what they love now?
They wear MCM backpacks. I don't know how they get them.
Yeah, they steal catalytic converters.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
But the MCM backpacks, they sell those downtown. And you get it for like $35.
Yeah. So that's what's going on.
I'm sorry,
over there.
I don't have one.
Yeah. Or so I heard. I
don't have one. But I saw it.
Tiffany, you made me so jealous when you did the weather on KTLA.
Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you for saying that to me, because that's the first step to healing from jealousy.
It's to admit that you're jealous.
That your ass was jealous.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first step to healing from that.
Thank you.
Because jealousy don't hurt me, it hurts you.
That part.
Okay, it hurts you. It don't hurt me. You know, you
the
one that say mean things on the internet because you jealous.
Yeah.
You know, you don't do that. I don't think.
No.
I didn't see none of your comments where you was being mean, but some people was being mean. You know, because they jealous. They like, dang, I always wanted to be the weather girl. Why she get to do it?
That shit was so cool.
And I'm like, hey, that was not planned. I was supposed to just be giving a trophy to the person that won the comedy contest.
Yeah.
And they was like, we're getting ready to do the weather. And I was like, I would love to do the weather. I always wanted to be a weather girl. That's something I always dreamed of doing. And they was like, you really want to do it? I was like, yeah. And the lady's like, I've always wanted to make your dreams come true. I'm like, weird. You don't know me. But okay, lady, make my dreams come true. Let's do this.
What you mean by that? What you gonna do?
And then I was like, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be like, you know, like a green screen.
Yeah.
And then like I'm reading the stuff off the teleprompter, but there was no prompter.
No.
She just was pushing the button on the side and it coming up on the LED screen and say, this is it. So I'm looking, I could see me in the camera. So I'm looking and I'm like, where are the words? There's no words. Oh, they just want me to make up stuff. So I'll just start making up stuff. And it was so much fun. Yeah. I want to do the weather in every city I go to.
Amazing.
I would love to do that. Tiffany Haddish, Weather Girl Tour.
Sheesh.
No, I'm a woman now because I had a bat mitzvah. Tiffany Haddish, Weather Woman Tour. Because I'm a grown woman now.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so because of that, we submitted like a make dreams come true little thing, and then I ended up being able to do the weather on KTLA, and it was like really cool. But see, my jealousy got me somewhere.
Yeah, but you turned the jealousy into an actual goal.
Yeah. Yes. You were my goals.
Take it away from jealousy and turn it into fuel to like, let me do that too. Because if I can do it, anybody can do it.
You did incredible.
No, I'm telling you.
Because when you walk one way, you're really going another way on the screen and all of that. It's a trip. It is. They got it down.
They do. I'm like, this lady must put her clothes on backwards every day because there's no way. How do you find the time though? Because we're talking about it seems like very easy to say, I got this, I got that, I got music, books, I have movies, I have stand-up tours. That takes a lot out of you, Tiff. And then you also have time to date. I do be dating.
See?
You gotta make time for the men.
Tell me, how do you like even balance that out? Because a lot of time, girls that have careers, Tiff, are like, no, we can't. We gotta pick one.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You might just could only do a little bit
of everything.
A little bit of everything. You know, these men, they be wanting a lot of time because they like kids.
They are like kids.
But you tell them, look, we're gonna have fun the next time I see you.
Next time we have playtime.
It's time for you to go home now.
We'll have another play date another day. And they be laughing just like that.
I
can't believe you.
What do you mean I have to go home?
You gotta say it like that, yo. Like,
but I'll see you. Text me.
All right, what day you want to play again? Let's put it in the calendar now.
When you getting back?
When are you coming back? Can you call me when you out of town? Like, I gotta call a few people. I mean, I'll get to you if I get to you. If you pop up on my mind, I'll hit you up.
I love it.
But I enjoy it. It's scheduling. It's about like, planning,
understanding,
and actually showing up and executing all those things. Like, I like to think of myself as pretty reliable. I might make mistakes here and there. I mean, I ain't perfect. I'm a human being. But if I say I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna show up. I might be a little late because I was born late. You know what I'm saying? I was born 2 weeks late, so I might be 30 to 15 minutes late, but I will show up.
You're such a slick talker. Like I feel like you could get anybody's panties, boxers, like any. Like
I don't want no panties, girl. I worked in a free clinic. I got my own drawers. I don't need yours. I'd rather not wear any.
Where'd you get your pimp side from?
God gave me panties when I was 13, and I like wearing those. Sometimes I braid them. God's panties.
What do
you need them? They're to protect you. Did you know that back in the 1800s and 1500s that women used to wear wigs? They called them merkins, and now they do it in the movies and stuff, like to cover up the girls' cuckoo or whatever. But they used to wear merkins down here.
Down there?
Yeah, because if you didn't have hair there, that was considered that you had an STD.
Whoa.
No way.
Yes, because when you get STDs, your cuckoo hairs fall out. And I know this because I worked in a free clinic for a minute, and this is why I have issues with trying to be on that other side. I can't go that way.
Yeah.
I seen it at its sickest. I'm good.
Dude,
It is strong enough for a woman, but that is made for a man. Men eat all kind of things. I can't do it.
Oh, dude.
And some of them times they leave permanent smells. I don't need that on me.
Did you used to get in trouble for talking a lot in class?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's how I ended up doing comedy.
But you were entertaining, I feel.
Yeah, I'm an entertainer. Like, it's so funny. I was debating this with somebody the other day. They was like, "You're a comedian." That's it. I said, "No, I am an entertainer."
Yes.
I'm not, you'll never hear me say I'm the funniest. You'll never hear me say I'm the most talented. You might hear me say I'm a goat. And that's because I be doing it goat style.
You're so cute.
Maiden calls.
Yeah.
That's how you keep the guys
the
coming
ears
back.
perked up. Yeah.
Tiffany,
When you come back? When you come back?
Then like, oh shit. Like, oh damn, you a real bitch. Like, you wanna make it fun. Because if they laughing when they do it, it's like it stay harder a little longer. But if it's
because you're distracting.
but sometimes it don't, and that's how you know he don't have a really good sense of humor, and he might be very sensitive. Because some men can't handle you laughing or cracking jokes if they butt naked because they got low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And then that's when I'll be like, oh,
yeah,
it was nice knowing you.
No more play dates.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to play with you no more. Wait
You totally.
till you hear the song about that.
Oh, we're ready. You totally seem like the fun auntie, like especially since you're.
I'm an auntie now because I'm 40, or because I'm actually an auntie.
No,
because you was born in the 2000s and
I wasn't born in the 2000s, 92. But
92, yeah,
no, because you're in all the kids movies.
Oh,
Secret Life of Pets. You're in Lego. Like,
yeah, I forgot about that.
So you're in all these kids movies. Like, tell me about like relationship with like nieces and nephews or like friends' kids. Like, you know, when you come around, like you just seem like a ball. Obviously.
I am a ball of energy, and I am a good time. And I have nieces, I got nephews, but also I have a lot of godchildren, and then I have like all these foster kids that I work with too. So like, and I'm all about like. It's funny because the kids, they really respect me. They like, before my one friend's like, why when you come over, the kids do everything you say to do? When I say to do something, they look at me crazy. I said, because you with them every day. And I give them a crazy eye. And I'm like, it's time to sit down now. Okay, we're going to play a game. It's called Sit Down, Don't Say Nothing. Winner gets $100.
And they want to play.
And they want to play. And then they sit down and don't say nothing. They start doing body language stuff or whatever. And I just be acting like I'm a statue. They be like, Tiffany, because I'm not giving them my $100.
No.
They just gonna spend that on candy or games, and then I just buy them the games.
Tiff, I wanted to talk to you about this because Nipsey's a close family friend of mine. My husband works closely with him and Black Sam, and your Eritrean heritage. I know he was so proud of that, and I believe that you guys were at an event. A little bit before he passed. I don't know if you guys missed each other or not, but you guys were celebrating Eritrea.
Yeah.
Talk to me about just even having that heritage here. I know there is a community of Eritreans here. I know there's a church. When they held a memorial service once he passed. It's such a beautiful culture to stay tapped into that, especially knowing you're in a system that tries to remove you from your own culture, you know? Talk to me about that.
But yeah, it's not easy staying like tapped in because there's so many forces where like because Eritrea has it's a brand new country. I think it just turned 31, 32.
Wow.
So it's really young. It's out of all the countries in the whole wide world, it's one of the youngest. And they were war torn. It was a huge war that went on for over 30 years till they got their independence. And I just want to be a conduit of like joy, but also I want to bring economics to bring travel, bring things there. I have land there that my father left me, and I'm like trying to maintain that. Yeah. I pay my 2%. I'm a citizen there as well, trying to get some diplomatic immunity.
Come on.
But and there's farmland there. I'm doing what I can. For the people, and I'm just being obedient to my father though. My father, like before he passed and stuff, and when he saw like all the things that I had been doing, and he was like, "Look, I'm so proud of you, and you did all this regardless of me." But he's like, "I don't want to ask you to do a lot for me because I didn't get to do a lot for you while you were growing up. But if you could just make sure people know that Eritrea exists."
Wow.
Make sure you represent the people. And he's like, everybody's not going to like you, but it's going to be a lot of people that love you, and they're going to try to tell you what to do. He said, but just listen to your instincts. Always listen to your instincts, Tiffany. And even when you're wrong, you're right. He said, even when you're wrong, you're right, because you always learn from your mistakes. He said, that's one thing I know about you. I seen you. He's like, because we got 11 years together before he passed. And he's watched me go through a really like tumultuous relationship and marriage, and like just trying to figure my way out and trying to navigate this. It's a man's world. Like comedy, stand-up comedy, that's a man's game. And to like figure out how to navigate that and still and be me, like, cause at first I was trying to be like tomboyish. I would dress like a boy, like maybe they'll listen to me more if I do it like this. If I do this, I wear the hats and like, you know, don't put no makeup on, don't be pretty. And I'll never forget, this lady came up to me and she was like, "Girl, you a pretty girl, and you come up here looking like that. That's not who you are. I saw you at the party last week. That's not how you dress. When you come on stage your best. Always use your femininity. Use that. That's a power. It is not a weakness. It is a power. So put on your heels, put your little belly out while you got a little belly, because it ain't gonna last forever. And smile. She's like, and don't be afraid to smile. Don't be afraid to be happy, and you need to be you." And I was like, oh, this lady don't know what she talking about. And then I was at the Laugh Factory, and I was doing a set, and the owner of the Laugh Factory told me, "Buddy, you can't do this. You need to do that. You need to do, don't do this, don't do that." And then Bob Saget came up to me, and he said, "Don't you change for no. You be yourself." The only white man that's ever said to me, be yourself. Don't worry about what any of these motherfuckers say. If that shit make you feel good, do it. Sorry, you gotta bleep me out. But
no, you're good.
But if it feels right with you, that's what you need to do. Come on. Be you. Don't worry if nobody gets it. Don't worry if they say there's no space for you. There's nothing. The space will open up. Just continue to be you.
Dang.
And he's been like my bed. Like he was my when he passed out, my heart. It was like, I felt like God was like, let's see how strong you are.
No.
Your dog, your grandma, your mentors. Now you're a DUI.
Yeah.
Oh, you still standing? Oh, okay, all right. Well, then there's some other stuff that happened. I'm not going to put it all out there. But.
Wow.
And you're still here.
And I'm still
here.
Come
on.
I'm still here. I'm still here. Because it's none of that is, I mean, the deaths are really bad.
No,
that's really,
real.
really hard. Yeah, and I'm working on, like, so in this comedy tour that I'm doing, I'm working my way up to doing this special, right? And I want the special to be about how I deal with grief and how I see other people deal with grief and how it is something that every single human goes through. Like they say every human's gonna go through puberty, but some people don't look like they ever went through it. But what they will go through is grief. You guaranteed to lose somebody or something that you valued or loved. And they don't teach you how to handle that.
At all.
They don't teach you how to handle that. And I think sometimes I think they keep certain communities in that state of grief and in that state of hurt so that they can make money off of the drugs they tell you that's gonna make you feel better. But really, it don't make you feel better. But you know what do make you feel better? Going to the park, being around people that you actually care about, like just getting dirty. Remember when you was a kid, you used to just play in the dirt?
Yeah.
Why we don't do that no more? Men do it. Y'all play soccer and football. Y'all get dirty, but women like we can't. Like we should be able to get dirty.
But that's what I'm saying. Gardening is important for that.
I'm about to make a mud pie.
I'm thinking gardening. You're like, no, we going in.
No, I'll be gardening. I'll be pulling weeds, and sometimes I get the dudes. A lot of times I get the dudes to pull weeds too. But
yeah,
if they trying to get in my secret garden.
You're so cute. I love you.
Men will do anything for you too. If they want a piece, they'll do anything.
I was considering running a marathon a couple months ago for this girl. She runs marathons. I'm like, I think I got a 5K in me, you know? Like, never ran. I can't run a mile. I'm just like, maybe.
I be talking to these guys. They're like, yeah, I always wanted to do comedy. My friends say I'm funny. Maybe I could do some comedy too. I'm like,
God.
Do you really want to do comedy, or you just trying to spend more time with me? If you're just trying to spend more time, let's set up a play date. We can go to the Arboretum, bro.
Tiffany, what's your type?
Human.
Oh, Tiffany.
Human males.
Yeah.
With an EIN number. I love small business owners.
Okay.
If you don't know what an EIN number is,
you're not the type.
Even talk to me. Okay, don't even come at me. And I feel like at this point in life, I'm probably about 2 penises away to like just saying, forget messing with humans, and I'm just gonna sleep with aliens.
Hey, they're here.
They're here. Might as well. They probably can read my mind. Probably can heal me from any illness.
Yeah.
Shoot, they was able to get here.
Yep. They'll go to the club
And they can probably
with
make my Tesla faster, probably, Maybe they can make my Tesla just float over all this traffic here in LA. That would be nice.
That'd be great. That's with the flying cars with the aliens when they pop in.
Yeah,
Tiffany
I feel like alien sex would be dope too. I'm sorry, wait, no, I got
Kendrick has a song about having sex with an alien girl, right?
Yeah, it's called
Girl?
Alien Girl.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna make a song about alien men. I don't want no boys. I want a man. I want an alien man with an EIN number.
A small business owner, alien man.
Yeah,
I love it.
Owner.
And by alien man, you don't mean like Jose.
Nah, I don't mean Jose, because that's still human.
Yeah.
Non-human.
The U.S. calls us aliens.
Yeah, F the U.S. on that one. You guys are humans. You humans that come from another country. And as far as I'm concerned, more than welcome to be here. I feel like if you can get here, be here. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to get out or get some diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, again. Eritrea, come on.
I don't know. When you see the world, like, you really realize, like, America's great and everything, and people come here to live out their dreams, but the real dream is being able to afford to see all the things that God made.
Yeah.
Getting to see, like, all the things, all the awesome creative things that humans have done. And just seeing it on the computer is one thing, but actually, like, being present and seeing these, like, historical landmarks. And like when I was in Adolis in Eritrea, there's a city called Adolis. They was digging up these cities. They found bones, human remains of a woman, which tells me we are stronger than men, even our bones. But they dated back to 1 million years.
Oh my God.
And then there was all these like little temples that they were uncovering, and these like houses and dwellings, and I'm just like, yo, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so dope to be human. Nipsey talked about it too.
Yeah,
we used to talk about we wanted to do a festival out there.
He
like
was telling me like how it's coastal too. He's like, that's what trips you out. Like there's like a little coast to it. And
there's over 300 islands. I got an island.
What?
Yeah, I got an island, but let me be clear.
Yeah.
Let me be clear, okay? My island gets covered up by the ocean for a few hours a day.
Dang, when high tide?
Yeah, it gets covered up and you can't see it at all. And then after like a few hours, about 3-4 hours, then it comes down.
Tiffany's island's
and then
open.
it gets set up like a little boot, like a gazebo. Dig a hole, cook some fish in the ground. And party on the beach and get up off the beach because it's gonna get covered back up by the ocean. Yeah.
Do you find, especially since you said the last 11 years of your dad's life is when you really got more into that, like places like Mercado or like the food from Eritrea, it's so specific to that type of cuisine. Are you like, did you naturally were like, I love this?
When I was a little girl, so there's a picture of me at this Ethiopian restaurant when I was a little girl, and I did not like the mjada. I was like, there's a picture of me going like this, like trying to throw it, but there's a handful of beans and this like this. Like
throwing it
because the beans are fire.
The beans is fire.
But
like,
it's weird. It's odd if you've never had it. It's a trip. It's like, is it a pancake? Is it sourdough? Is it
what is it?
Yeah.
And it's a unique flavor. And now, like, I'm an adult, and by the time I was like, I'll say by the time I was 22, because I was like, well, if I can't find my dad, I'm going to explore all the things that I know about him and try to learn all those things. If he shows up, great, and then I'll know some things and make him proud, or I won't know nothing, or I won't never meet him. And I got to meet him, and I did know things that he was proud. And then he also felt a lot of guilt, too. He was like, I should have been there for you. When he found out, like, all the things that have happened to me, he was like, I should have been there, I should have been there. I'm like, no, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have been there, because I wouldn't be who I am. Wow. I wouldn't be able to help you pay your rent, your light bill, and send you groceries. No, you shouldn't have. And he's like, you got to stop doing this, because it hurts me, because it hurts me when you take care of me. I'm supposed to take care of you. I said, but me getting to take care of you, my father, is taking care of me. Even though you didn't raise me, I don't know you like that, but as soon as I heard his voice the first time, my whole soul like just lit up. Wow. And then when I went to Eritrea and I came off that airplane and smelled that air, it was like I was where I'm supposed to be. This is like, my soul was like, yes, like, it was so awesome.
That's awesome.
Like, and I think everybody, every single human being, if you find out where you're from, if you know where you're from, your parents are from, go there, experience it. Have that, life is about having experiences.
You get to know yourself more too.
Yes, and you know what you'll tolerate, what you won't tolerate, what kind of food you really like. Like, when I was there, food tasted like it did back in the 1900s. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about what a real peach tastes like. You don't know nothing about what a real
like
tomato tastes like.
Clone
apparently.
right now.
I'm telling you, the food was so good. It's so good.
So
like,
fresh,
real. It's like I was just coming to life, and it made me want to create more. I started learning the music over there. I'm like, oh, well, can I do a beat? Can I do something to this? Can I rap to this? Like, what would Nipsey do?
The flag is fire too. Like, the colors are bomb.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like his father and my father came to America together.
What?
Yeah.
It's like even when the men of that time came, they're protesting for the war that's going on. Like, she's really telling it, they were going through such a civil war back there, and it was like, we got to get out of here. And if we want to raise a family, we got to get out of here.
And it was like family soldering families, like cousins killing cousins.
Wow.
It's so crazy because everybody's pretty much the same. There's different tribes or whatever, but everybody's pretty much the same, and they were fighting each other, and there was no need for them to really be fighting each other. It was all these other countries that wanted the resources. If you got, I'm telling you right now, if there's some resources in the land, somebody gonna come and they gonna try to get you to slaughter your family.
That's for real.
And I would suggest don't do that. I would suggest make them pay for it. The resources in the land, not for you to slaughter your own blood.
In order to just hand it over.
That was to the Bloods and the Crips too in the neighborhood. Like, even though the neighborhood ain't what it used to be.
That part.
It's very different now. It's very different. Most of the hood is in Lawndale. Not Lawndale. They're in Lancaster, Palmdale, Hemet, San Bernardino, Highland. No, I ain't no gangbanger. I just crushed a lot.
Damn. Did you ever think of like West Coast rap? Because I know Lil Jon, and you're saying you're prepping. You have more songs in the tug, so I'm assuming an album's coming.
Maybe.
If you're from out here,
maybe I'll do like all the new artists and just drop EPs for 2 years.
Okay.
I think you can craft such a great body of work if you already do it for your specials. You do it for the movies.
If I sent you the Dropbox, you would be like, yo, this is lit.
Tiffany, you said that you had a bar mitzvah recently. Tell me about that.
That wasn't we'll go with
saying like how she's a girl and now she's a woman. It was
it's about mitzvah.
You didn't have one recently, or it was back in the day?
It was like a few years ago.
Oh, okay. How was that?
Pre-pandemic, right before the pandemic.
How was that? Tell me
it was
about
off the chain. I never felt so much love. It was so much love in the room. Like, and the best part about that to me was there was people there that hate my guts. They hate my guts. They literally try to figure out how can they destroy. Like, I think they sit up all day and go, how can I destroy Tiffany Haddish? What can I do to hurt her? Right? And they're not very successful at it. And what's funny is they were there and they could feel the love too, and they was the only person crying.
Damn.
And then, like, the people that were crying are like sitting in the corner sulking. I'm like, oh yeah, because you owe me money, and I won't do your project because I know you fake. And, you talk shit about me, but look at this. I packed it out. It was over 300 people. Press came to my party, to my bat mitzvah, to my coming into womanhood, like. And I've been thinking about going ahead and put that up on OnlyFans, the whole party.
They gotta see it. You know what trips me out? I just remembered.
You know, OnlyFans is transforming over there. I'm like, I might have to
yeah, I might try to have to go over there.
I have to see some gardening tips in a two-piece.
Yeah.
Exclusive gardening in a two-piece.
The first time I remember, and I'm sorry to, like, it just hit me. Beyonce's mom was throwing a gala. It was in the Lion King movies, and there was like auctions for rich. I don't know why I was there. I'm like, I don't belong here. But they were like auctioning earrings and paintings and all this shit. But you were like bidding, and I'm like, damn, she got money. I was like, this is crazy. But in those moments where like you see Steve Harvey, his wife wanted some earrings, and like they were like $5 trillion and he's like, all right, take it. You're in those rooms and you're like, what is going on? Because I know inside it's still Tiffany.
Remember I was helping with the auction, so I would like be like, I want to bid, and then somebody would outbid me to boost it up. Because girl, if they would have been like, you need money, I'm like, well, what happened was
it's a rule.
Y'all can I do a payment plan because I just went in and bought this little apartment building in Inglewood, and I gotta house these kids. So what had happened was
I
like
love you,
so.
Tiffany. I just seeing that is just incredible.
But did
me.
you see? Do you remember that I auctioned off one of my paintings?
Yes.
And it sold for like what? 14,000.
And you were tripping that it sold.
I couldn't believe it.
14 bands?
Because it cost me $25 to do it.
I went to Michael's and I was like,
I was like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Who you buying this?
Did that make you go home and want to paint some more?
Oh, I've been painting like crazy. I've been making NFTs out of it. I got an artist pseudo name.
Yeah.
You know, people got to figure that out. Who did this? And figure out my artist pseudo, my painting artist pseudo name.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so dope. Tiffany, you don't get to choose. You don't get to choose what you become an example of. You know, everything that's happening in your life, you become like, you either like a victim or a survivor of that. And what you went through and what you represent, it's trippy to me. Like, I know you do a lot with foster youth, and I'm sure that that's going to be what they look up to for years to come, for generations to come. You are an incredible talent. You already know that. And I feel like you've known since you were a little girl that that's you and you're going to be something.
Hear people laugh and
you
see
know
them
what I'm
smile.
saying?
I just want joy around me. It's like, it's so much hurt. Like, I just want joy around me. And the only way you're going to get that is if you give it.
Yeah.
It's so many people want, I just want to be happy. You don't make me happy. Nobody's going to make you happy until you make you happy.
It goes here.
And I can't worry about what you think or anybody over there thinks, because I look at me every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, you could look at me every day and I appreciate it because that means I'm making some money.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Get the views.
I appreciate
Get
you.
the views.
I appreciate you. Haters are fans too.
I just love that because this is the example that whoever needs it, like you're winning right now, so somebody else can be like, I want to do that too.
Yeah.
So just reiterating what you already know. That
the only thing that makes me mad about the whole thing is like my kids, my foster kids, like that I work with, they be calling me sometimes and they be so mad about what people got to say online.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, stop reading that.
Yeah.
Stop reading that. They're like, but that's not who you are. I know you. They don't know you. I'm going to say this. I'm like, don't say nothing because they're going to attack you.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need to be attacked.
Yeah.
You need to be cared for. I'm strong enough for this.
Yeah.
My mama built me for this. My community built me for this. I'm built to take all. I'm a human still. Things might hurt if it's somebody I like really admire or something, but I'll get over it really fast because man, can't nobody hurt me more than my mama did. Can't nobody hurt me more than that. That was my first love. That was my God.
Yep.
And can't nobody hurt me more than that. So y'all can keep throwing whatever. Y'all can keep talking about me and giving, make me trend and all that. That's great. I will go ahead and monetize your videos that have my name on it.
Come on.
Using my content, I will be monetizing your ass.
Tiffany
We
Haddish.
gonna get paid, bitch.
Inside Brown Bag Mornings, man. Thank you so much for coming.